This is exactly right.
I'm Jake Brennan, and on the Disgraceland podcast, I explore the wild lives of rock stars and unbelievable true crime stories from music history. These are the stories you haven't heard, the kind you'll end up telling someone else. Like the time Paul McCartney spent in a notorious prison, or the bizarre crime Lady Gaga is accused of, or that time Blondie's Debbie Harry escaped Ted Bundy. Listen to Disgraceland on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's Chelsea Handler from Dear Chelsea. This season, we've got some awesome guests ready to dole out advice. Guests like Tiffany Haddish, kind of slide into people's DMs.
I like Bumble. Also, girlfarmersonly.com.
Like,
estate sales, funerals, auctions are usually good. There's a lot of good men there. Grocery stores near gyms.
Darcy Carden, Sherry O'Terry, Anna Ferris, Dave Franco, Madeline Klein, Adam Scott, T.S. Madison, and more. Listen to Dear Chelsea on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to My Favorite Murder,
the podcast where
you know exactly where you are every time.
Introduce you in the very beginning.
You're baffled when you hit play and stare at our logo until we tell you where you are.
Do you want to start with Corrections Corner? Do you want me to start with telling you something crazy that happened?
I will start with saying that I did a tweet about me belching so loudly that people heard me on the street.
Right.
And it was very embarrassing. And lots of people responded and were like, I knew I was a Karen. And the irony of that is one of the way Georgia and I became friends, one of the icebreakers from the very beginning was we were at a Thanksgiving dinner at our friend's house, very small party. We knew each other from talking once at a party, I believe. And Georgia, almost the entire party was belching, and I could not stop laughing. It was my favorite fucking thing in the world. And so when that happened and people were like, I'm such a Karen, I was like, I wonder if Georgia's going to get mad that I just stole her thing.
Yeah, I'm angry that you stole the most embarrassing thing about me. That's so gross that my mom is so ashamed of. That clearly just indicates that I have some gastrointestinal issues.
I mean, join the club. I guess we all do.
But I want you to have it. I want you to have that. I want you to be known for that instead of me.
Okay. Oh, well, I have clearly moved into that because I made this burp. I put my hand up to cover my mouth. I will say that for myself.
Right.
But I think that made it, there's an echo effect that was created because of my hand cupping. And so it was like I was yodeling a burp across Magnolia Avenue.
They're going to start bringing you on stage at Coachella to fucking yodel your burps.
Fuck the yodeling boy. Let's get me belching into a microphone.
That's right.
Yeah.
I once belched out the window in the passenger seat on in Beverly Hills and angled it out the window. And next to us at the stoplight rolled down, and the windows rolled down, or maybe his car top up because he was so rich, who I angled it at was the dude from American Idol.
Who, Ryan Seacrest?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I belched right at him. And he was like, you're going to Hollywood.
And then Randy Jackson popped up and was like, little pitchy on that one.
Speaking of pitchy, we just sang Stephen happy birthday. His birthday was yesterday.
You guys, it's Stephen Ray Morris's 31st birthday.
That's right.
I feel old. No,
you are.
You're so old.
We celebrated with I was like, what do we have to get Steven like a dinosaur cupcake or something. And then Vince went to the grocery store last night and came back with this Hello Kitty birthday cake in the most like insane box. It was just so hilariously perfect.
And then we ate it.
My heart is racing right now.
Yeah. Steven had 2 pieces. I was like, do you want me to throw this away? He was like, no, I want another piece. And then he's having coffee.
My theory is that it wasn't ice cream per se. It was just ice cream like frosting.
Yeah.
Like it was just an entire frosting cake.
Frozen frosting.
With
cake. Frosting on the outside.
Yep. And confetti.
It was pretty great.
It was so amazing.
Happy birthday,
Steven.
Can you tell us what you've learned in the past year?
Ooh. Pay your parking tickets.
Yes.
Which is, I think, what you told me last year.
Yes.
Really? And
Yes.
so that worked for you?
Yes.
This has worked?
Yeah.
Great.
We just pass wisdom like this down.
Yeah.
You're saying don't delay, do it right away.
Yeah. Because then it has like anxiety because you just see it sitting in your back seat and
Yep.
you're just like,
Yeah.
you already know that money's gone. But then, I don't
Or
know.
you know you're late anyway, so you don't pay it. And then you realize the first time you knew you were late, you weren't late and you could have not had to pay double.
Yep.
Oh, I've given thousands and thousands of dollars to the city of Los Angeles for parking tickets.
Yeah.
When I lived in San Francisco, I'd get tickets all the time, and I would park in the crosswalk in front of our house because I just couldn't find a spot ever. And then I found out that I owed San Francisco $800 in parking tickets. I wish I had a recording of the way my dad was yelling on the phone, because in the middle, I was all scared and upset as he's yelling at me. And then I realized, I'm not at home anymore.
Yeah.
This is like, I can just pull the phone away from my ear, put it down, walk around. I don't have to just listen to him yell.
You don't have to listen to your parents anymore.
No, even though he was 100% right. I was just like, all right, talk to you later. Go ahead and pay that.
Okay, pay it.
Talk to you later.
I did a fucking rookie thing. As someone who's lived in Los Angeles for like 20 years, I paid a ton of money in the first like 2 years to parking tickets because that's what happens. And then I was like, well, now I got this. I am LA. Like, this is my hometown. In 1 week, in the same spot, I got 3 tickets.
Whoa.
In the same fucking, like...
Did you not move your car?
No.
You just kept...
It was like next to my cafe that I go work at, and I was just so involved in what I was working on that like, and also I don't know math, so I like forgot that an hour had gone by and not 2. And
but that means you're in the flow. That's actually very good. When time collapses like that, you're in the flow of creativity.
Then all I have to do for that is pay $68.
It's akin to going to Universal Studios. Okay. It's up there.
Okay.
But, there's less rides at that cafe.
But isn't it it's a wild ride in my brain.
That's right. And that creative energy.
Stupid brain. I have something to tell you, Karen. Something happened that just made me laugh. When you guys left after the episode last week, where are we?
See, because time has collapsed. We're in the flow right now.
We're there. All right. Something happened that's like one of I wouldn't call it your biggest fears, but this thing that you are anxious about.
You didn't have pants, and the only pants that were there were too small?
No.
To put on?
No, guess another one. Like a thing that you're always like, what, is this going to happen?
You fell down in public.
No. Remember when you fell down after we had lunch together, like one of the first times after starting the podcast that we had hung out. We had like gone to lunch. We had just recorded Joe DeRosa and Kurt Bronner's podcast
at Meltdown.
Yeah. What's it called?
And we went across the street. Mm-hmm. Emotional Hangs.
And we left and, you just ate it. I felt so bad.
I fell in that way where the styrofoam container that had my half of a BLT flew out of my hand and into the middle of Sunset.
It's so sad.
And it's this thing. I have these trick ankles, both of them, because I've sprained both of my ankles so many times that every once in a while, if I step down wrong,
I think there was a little pothole too.
Oh, that's right. I stepped into a pothole.
Right, directly into the tiniest pothole. And I can't help but laugh when I see that. And I was like, we're not good enough friends yet for me to laugh at you.
How could you not, though? There's that you have to let people laugh if you fall. Yeah. If you're a grown adult that falls all the way down, you have to take what comes.
But I also laughed, and then I went and got the car and brought it to you. So like, I'm not a dick. I'm not like, bye, I'm going to run through traffic. That
would have been amazing if you were like, bye. Well, anyway, great lunch. See you later. You're on your own.
On my way out, grabbed your styrofoam BLT and fucking took it with me.
You're like, oh, you don't want this? Or you threw it in the street?
This is for my lunch. Okay, no. All right, let me set the scene.
It's none of those fears?
No.
No moths? Box of moths?
Uh-huh.
What? What? Are you serious?
So you guys left. Vince and I sat down. We were hanging out, watching TV, and I was like, "Why is Dottie, my little kitten, just staring?" They have this box of toys of all their like little toys and stuff, and she's just staring at it, which is weird. And I eventually get paranoid. And I'm like, "Why is she? Is there like a spider in there? What's going on?" So I pull the box out and turn the light on. And there's a moth infestation in it, and there are moths crawling all throughout it.
No.
100%. I found a fucking box of moths. And so I put it out on the balcony, and I was like, no, can't deal with this right now. And then I went back the other day thinking maybe they had flown away, and it's just like, you can see all the moth eggs in it. There's still moths in it. Oh. So now I have to get them totally new toys, and they're all these cool, like, Murderino toys.
Oh, that's right. There's all these homemade toys.
I can't get rid of them.
Oh,
so it's just it's the thing I do to deal with things where I just leave it.
Put it on the balcony and shut the shade.
Yeah,
100%. Oh my God, now. Do you think in any realm this supports my theory that I am a psychic?
Yes.
Now I know it's been about a year and a half since I talked about originally fearing boxes of moths, but maybe I'm a long-term psychic.
It could be, and for no reason. And it doesn't help.
It doesn't help anybody.
It didn't help me.
It wasn't a warning. Just turned into a funny joke. People have given us great box of moths.
That's right. Up right over here in the podlock, we have some like joke box of moths.
Gorgeous. People they've handmade moths for us. Gorgeous.
Paper moth shay.
Paper.
Maybe you are psychic to the puns I'm going to make a year and a half later.
I just need to make a recording of when Georgia is talking, and while she's talking thinks of a pun. The joy that comes into her eyes is so delightful. It's kind of like a cartoon where you're like, paper mache, paper mache. Okay. Now do we talk about something fucking awful and heavy?
Yes.
My hometown, Burbank.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Nextdoor app in my neighborhood.
Which is the Talk to Your Neighbors app.
Talk to Your Neighbors app. We're having a yard sale. Somebody's trying to steal my recycling. My Nextdoor
your
app.
Fucking trash.
For real. My neighborhood is filled with old, retired, potentially rich people because I live basically adjacent to a nice neighborhood. So I get all these, we get all the bad neighborhood stuff. We get all the fancy neighborhood stuff. Literally there's listings like stranger on the street. Just anybody walking by there trying to report on Nextdoor.
Jesus.
It is.
Can you write back and be like, calm down?
Yeah, I mean, I actually watched a guy, there's a really hilarious writer named Guy Andor Kaiser that I follow on Twitter that's also a TV writer that my friends are friends with, so I kind of know of him. And I saw him one time on the Nextdoor app get into a fight with a guy, and I DM him on Twitter and just go, just so you know, I'm on your side. And that was these people are insane. They're beyond insane. So one of the listings was raccoon out in the day. There's shit like that where you're just like, you guys need to start going to a community center or take a class.
Yeah. Or feed the raccoon and make friends with him.
Or feed that raccoon and trap it and get it inside your house. But the other day on the Nextdoor app, God bless it, up comes an official Burbank police report about 3 dead bodies that have been found in a car.
Jesus.
And they don't know. There's a bunch of talk that there's missing people from the Bakersfield area that people are theorizing these might be those missing people.
Family?
It did not say. It's just the missing individuals from the Bakersfield area is the only way they said it.
Okay, so maybe they're linked somehow.
Well, that's the theory, but police are like, it's unproven. That's not, they don't have the identities yet.
Wait, at the end did they say wink wink? Because that's how you know.
That's how you know they know exactly who they're talking about. No, but it's like, I think about a year ago, a crime very similar where it was in the morning and a parking person found the burnt out car, remember?
Yeah.
In Burbank by the Burbank Library. That's what this reminds me of, but I don't think it's the same area. But it still was 7 a.m. and a parking person came and it was a red Jeep that had been parked there for like several days.
What I think is interesting though is that it was parked in an illegal parking place, which means they wanted the car to be found, whoever left it there.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yes. The idea though that 3 dead bodies.
3 people.
Is just like, God.
Like what happened?
Please don't let it be a family. Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So scary.
That's, I don't know, something I'll definitely come back to you with if there's anything interesting. But it's like we talk about this stuff so much and we read about it so much. And when it's, it's what we always say. When it happens like near you, you're just like, no way.
Yeah.
Happens other places.
Totally. Scary.
So scary.
Let me change the tune because I have no way to do it, and it sucks. Okay, I have 2 corrections from Monday's mini-sode. The term "suck it" was not said by Stone Cold Steve Austin. In fact, Vince laughed at me when I said that. So I am a terrible wrestling wife. It was said by these other people. I don't want to screw it up again, so I'm not going to say. And then also, the thing I'm going to be drinking in the UK is not a pint of bitters, but a pint of bitter.
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 Singular.
Yes. That's it.
That's good to know. But now we know. Then bitters are the thing I was talking about. Bitter is the thing you were talking about, right?
Right.
Because you can order bitters, but that's when you feel like you're burping a lot, you can order bitters and make all that go away.
Yeah. Supposedly.
I have a question.
Okay.
That we will find out when we are in London, England, I believe. They talk about having tea all the time.
Yeah.
But I think, don't they just mean lunch?
No, tea is like a snack. Oh shit, Karen, why are we just doing this right now? Steven, look up high tea.
What if we just put it out there to the universe and see who tells us? But it's just, I'm watching a British show right now where they keep talking about what did you have for tea?
I think tea, from the books I've read, I think tea is you have tea and like a dessert, like what's for tea? It's like this dessert. It's like a sponge cake or some kind of pudding.
But not according to this TV show. That's why.
Which one?
Oh, well, I want to talk about it at the end of the show.
All right. Well, okay. Well, when we had high tea, I think that's different. It's like lunch, snacks. That's why I think it's snacks.
It's not, though, according to the show.
Well, we should do it when we're there. Can I just tell you how excited I am about this thing?
Our European tour?
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
It's ridiculous.
We have to bring different plugs to plug in electrical sockets because they don't have American plugs.
Right. That's what you're excited about?
No, I mean, just that's one of the many differences. We're going to have very bad jet lag.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steven, can you do me a favor?
There's kinds of things.
3 shows that aren't sold out in the UK. Can you find out which ones those are so we can...
I think
Oslo,
for sure.
You need to get more people in your...
Oslo is halfway full.
Yeah.
And I think what we'll do is we'll pull a curtain in halfway through the theater like they do at the Improv when the show hasn't sold out.
So it looks like there's more people.
We'll shove everybody up to the front and we'll sit on the edge of the stage.
Come on stage. We should rap.
We should definitely do...
Just talk.
Rapping is talking or performance rap?
Rapping is talking.
Okay, good.
I don't want to have a rap battle. We can all play telephone. That'll be funny.
I mean, we could do crafts.
Steven, go ahead.
I mean, right now, the only ones that are like not basically sold out are Oslo, Norway, and Glasgow.
Okay, great.
What the fuck, Glasgow? I lived there.
You guys need to represent Karen.
I lived there with you in the year 2000.
Go represent your friend, Karen.
I believe it was 2000, perhaps 2001. I was on your TV for a little while.
Come on.
I've bought your cookies at Marks and Spencer. I've shopped at your malls. I got my hair dyed like you all do. God damn, they love a hair salon in Glasgow, Scotland.
Really?
Every block has a different hair salon on it, and every woman in Glasgow had the most awesome, modern, cool, colored hair.
I'm doing it. Give me a blowout.
Okay, great. And we just want to say...
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ.
We just want to say this about all of this ticket drama.
Our live show tickets for our really exciting fall tour just got announced on Monday. It's been a crazy couple weeks with the fan cult starting too, new merch. It's really exciting. But with new shit comes new shit.
Yes. So thank you for your patience. We know that there was a lot of feelings happening. We were there with you front and center.
Excitement, adventure around every turn.
Just so you know, we're now operating in a world where no one understands how big this is except for when things like this happen. Mm-hmm. So basically all they can do is adjust and fix as we go. Mm-hmm. And so thank you for your patience as that happens. Yeah. People that are trying to send a message saying that we intentionally skip the Midwest.
Yeah.
I go ahead and relax that. Ask the people in Ohio. We were just there having great shows with them. There's no skipping intentionally of anything.
No.
We're just doing the tour that they're setting up.
It's all planned by other people than us. Everyone is trying to be like, I know it's Idaho that they won't come to. I know it's this city that Georgia doesn't want to come to this state. We've already been there.
We've done it.
We've been there, so it's just gone and off the table.
Yep.
So it's not your city, state, wherever.
It's not. It's already been taken care of entirely.
Right. That's right.
But it's going to be super fun, and all we do is shows. So nothing is a final chapter. Just remember that, please.
Yeah, we love doing shows, so we're going to keep doing it.
I'm Jake Brennan, and on the Disgraceland podcast, I explore the wild lives of rock stars and unbelievable true crime stories from music history. These are the stories you haven't heard, the kind you'll end up telling someone else. Like the time Paul McCartney spent in one of the world's most notorious prisons. Imagine that. You're Paul McCartney. It's 1980. You're an ex-Beatle, and you're doing time in one of Japan's worst prisons, right there alongside Yakuza gangsters, and for a ridiculous charge. Or the bizarre crime Lady Gaga is accused of. Who is the artist Lady Gaga is being accused of doing the unthinkable to, after allegedly stealing her music and style to become famous? And what about that time Blondie's Debbie Harry escaped a serial killer? The man who had given her that ride she barely escaped from was Ted Bundy. Listen to Disgraceland on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
New voices, each with the courage to tell their own story.
He said, I have been kidnapped.
Okay, just try and act normal.
He was essentially on the run.
Every family has secrets.
The rug had been pulled from underneath me.
Oh my God. It was right in front of my face and I didn't even see it.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's Chelsea Handler from Dear Chelsea. This season, we've got some awesome guests ready to dole out advice. Guests like Tiffany Haddish. Kind of slide into people's DMs.
I like Bumble. Also, girlfarmersonly.com.
Like
estate sales, funerals, auctions are usually good. There's a lot of good men there. Grocery stores near gyms.
Darcy Carden.
And I remember being like, I know this is good advice, but like, I really don't want to do that.
So you didn't take her advice?
I didn't take her advice.
Are you still friends with that woman?
No, she actually was kind of toxic.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I spent my whole life looking up. I was a geek kid. I had a telescope at age 12. And so
you didn't have sex for a long time? Sherry O'Terry. Were you a soap opera person?
Young and Restless.
Okay. Well, first of all, you should know it's The Young and the Restless. I can't even believe you're mispronouncing the title.
Some of us abbreviate it because we've been so loyal for so many years.
T.S. Madison.
Are you into poly?
No, I don't think so.
No, I could have told you no on that.
Girl, why are you not into poly?
Just based on what she's wearing and the way her hair is styled. She is not into poly. Okay?
Girl, try poly.
Anna Faris, Dave Franco, Madeline Klein, Hannah Gadsby, Adam Scott, Wanda Sykes, and more. Listen to Dear Chelsea on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. And with that, who went first last week? Me?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, because I was like, I want to go first. Right?
Well, and again, I still don't like, I feel like we never got a confirmation on if you did Jesse Pomeroy in Boston.
We did. I did.
Okay.
Someone actually,
Shut up.
Somebody sent a tweet. I should have written her name down. I'm getting better at this, but I didn't do it this time.
What?
She sent a tweet that said, yeah, you did Jesse Pomeroy's second show, Late Show. Glad we mean so much to it. It was something really funny, like a real sassy Boston response that was like, yeah, Late Show. Thanks for the love from the Late Show or something. It was really funny, but it didn't matter because it honestly, we've done so many of these that it really felt new to me.
If you don't remember, if Steven doesn't remember, if I don't remember, if Wikipedia doesn't mention it, it never fucking happened.
Well, and that means that we can just keep on every 2 years. We'll just cycle through the same story.
Perfect.
But we'll switch off.
But we'll, yeah.
Oh, also there was people that were saying you said something was in some neighborhood and it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember that part.
I mean, that's par for the course. I feel like if we didn't do stuff like that, nobody would have any reason to interact.
That's right.
And then we'd all be so alone.
The
and
secret
isolated.
is sometimes we do it on purpose just so you guys will pay attention to us.
We plant them. They're called Easter egg mistakes.
They're called Passover mistakes. Passover egg mistakes.
Oh, for equality, for Jewish equality? Okay. I hear that. They're Pesach mistakes.
Pesach mistakes. Let me think of a pun. No, it's not there.
It really Pesach. Pesach. Did that work?
Karen!
Did you even understand what I meant?
Yes, it pays off. It pays off.
Come on.
That was beautiful.
You were slowly turning me to the pun cult. Oh, that was somebody else sent a message that was and because Karen loved puns, and my head almost exploded. I was like, now we're just blending into the same person. Well, listen, we've been doing a lot of things lately, and we've been busy. And you know what that means when I've been busy and we come to do one of our episodes.
I survived.
Yay! All right. And this one, I have to thank, and I'm saying your full name because it's on your Twitter feed, so I'm not thinking that you have a lot of shame about it. She's
shameful about her name?
No, I'm just saying I want to say her whole name because it's what her Twitter name is.
Okay.
It's Charlotte White.
Okay.
And she tweeted me the other day, and she tweeted me a little video, and she was like, what about this fucking awesome moment from I Survived?
I watched it.
Did you watch it?
And I was like, what is that episode?
Okay. So she reminded me, and I got real mad at myself for because this is one of those ones, and I think maybe I hadn't done it, because this is another fetus snatching story.
Oh, God.
Just like Sarah Brady's.
They just keep doing that.
It's so crazy. But this one, I think this one might be crazier. And it's also really fucking hard to listen to. So anybody that's squeamish, I will warn you before I say bad things in this one, because there's been times when I haven't done that. People get a little bit upset.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yes, because this one's rough. And what's incredible, so this is Teka's story.
Okay.
This is me basically copying down her I Survived story.
I feel like
word
you've
for word.
given I Survived so much fucking play that they would be like, yeah, go ahead and use the clip.
I mean, one
Legally.
would like to think that, but lawyers aren't like that. Those fucking copyright lawyers don't give a fuck.
Okay, fine.
So Charlotte sends a clip, and it's Teka in the middle of telling the most gruesome thing, shitting on Michael Jackson. And it's so funny. And the way she does it is so funny. And I was like, oh my God, I love that one. And I responded to Charlotte and I was like, oh my God, I love that one. She's amazing. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, gotta tell her story.
Can we put the clip on on socials?
Probably, right?
Yeah.
We'll just retweet Charlotte White. And then I read her home address. Charlotte White. I'm going to say it 19 more times.
Okay.
She's at callmecharlie16 on Twitter.
Okay.
If you want to talk to her about this. But I do. So I always remember Teka, and it's the way she tells the story, because as she's telling it, she's always calm and almost like Zen-like calm. And we always say this, and it's a really lame thing to say, but it's just how we feel. It's not we're not talking about beauty per se. This woman is fucking gorgeous. And the way
luminous.
Yes, exactly. Radiant, I think was the word I used. She's radiant. And she just she talks through the worst fucking thing that could happen to a person with this, she just kind of is rolling her eyes and if you can believe this is what happened.
Wow.
And we're just like, holy shit. All right. So now I tell you, we're in Washington, D.C., 2009.
Okay.
And Teka lives on the streets. The way she describes herself, she says she is rebellious. She didn't want to live by anybody else's rules. And because of that, she got herself into what she calls some rough spots. So after living that way for a while, she decides she needs to get her life together. And she gets herself into a shelter. She gets off the streets. So she's in this shelter and she meets a guy named PJ. They fall in love and they get married. So when she's 7.5 months pregnant, she starts to get phone calls from an unknown number. And she finally, when she picks up, it's a woman who says her name's Stephanie. And Stephanie says she works for a program that gets homeless pregnant women clothing, baby supplies, car seats, you know, strollers, whatever. And she says that they have this big warehouse full of that stuff and that Teka can come down and pick out whatever she wants.
Wow.
And the smile that gets on her face when she's talking about this, where she's just like, I was thrilled.
Yeah.
Like, it's this amazing opportunity. And this is also the part of this element of this story that's so fucked up, is this is a person who is as down on her luck as she can be.
Totally.
And this is when she gets fucking victimized. It's really fucked up. So she's thrilled. Immediately, her husband, PJ's like, I don't like this. I'm suspicious. I don't think this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And what he says is, don't rush into anything you don't know about. Where I'm like, yes, PJ. But Teka's like, I really need this stuff.
And there are programs like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's plenty of like good-hearted people that want exactly that.
Right.
Want to help in that exactly that way. So she's like, yeah, don't be so mistrustful.
Sure.
So she ends up meeting this woman named Stephanie outside of the shelter. She says that Stephanie is really nice. She's very soft-spoken. She gets into her car. Stephanie asks her how everything is. She starts telling her about her life and how she has turned it around. She's gotten off the streets and now she's married and now she's going to have this baby and that she's really, really happy. And as she's like talking and driving, you know, she's just telling her about everything. They end up at Stephanie's apartment. So she goes up into Stephanie's apartment with her, and Stephanie brings her into an unfurnished bedroom and sits her down and puts on a movie and then starts doing other stuff.
What?
And so, yeah. So this is the thing that, like, you don't know any of this extra stuff. So this is just my opinion. But this is the kind of thing where if you're in the position of being given something that you really, really want and need very badly, you're not going to question a person that starts changing their story ever so slightly.
Totally, because you still are ingratiated to that person for those things.
You're like, get me to that fucking warehouse.
Yeah.
If you need to stop off at your apartment, so be it.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that woman gave her some storyline of why she needed to be there for a little while. So it's like, oh, I'll just put on this movie and let me just get these things done. But I don't know if that's exactly how it
that
happens.
makes total sense.
That's how I'm picturing it, where you start to rationalize. It's just like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
So she gets a call from PJ while she's sitting there.
Uh-oh.
He goes, as she said, he goes, where are you at? And she's like, I'm fine. But she goes, because the truth was, I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want him to worry, but his worry is making her begin to worry and begin to realize what a mistake it was to kind of lose herself in the conversation. And she can't say where she is. She doesn't know what neighborhood she's even in.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it gets worse from here. They finish watching that movie. Stephanie puts on another movie.
A movie?
Uh-huh. So it's just
she finishes an entire movie?
Yes, 2 hours, right? Or maybe 90 minutes if it's an action film. But yeah, she puts on another one. And then they start watching that movie. And as they're watching it, a heavy blanket gets thrown over Teka's head. And this woman starts beating her in the head.
Oh.
She hits her like 10 times in the head.
Oh my God.
So Teka jumps up, she puts her hands up, and she says all she can see is blood. So, and then she goes, and when you're in that situation, all you can think is, I got to go.
Yeah.
And so she starts running. She gets to the fucking front door, and this is like, makes me so crazy, like when she was telling it, but it also reminded me of the other baby snatching story that Sarah Brady told in her episode of I Survived that I've already done, where she runs to the front door of the woman's apartment building and it's locked. And as she tries to get it open, the woman catches up with her and grabs her and pulls her back.
And it's the same thing, an apartment.
But it's in the apartment where she says she gets to the door, there's a chain lock, a deadbolt, and then the bottom lock. So she can't get all three of them open in time. This woman Stephanie catches up to her, jumps on her, and this woman is twice her size.
Oh my God.
She said she was really big, and it looks like Teka's pretty petite.
Yeah.
And they start wrestling around on the ground. She's fighting her off.
And she's 7.5 months pregnant while she's doing this.
7.5 months pregnant. So try to remember that throughout.
Okay.
So while they're fighting, and she has a head injury already.
Right.
She has blood in her eyes from that head injury already.
Right.
This woman's trying to choke her out. Teka's fighting back as hard as she can, but she can't see, and the whole thing. This woman picks up a fireplace poker. Yep. So if you're squeamish or you might faint and you're driving a car or whatever, hit the forward 15 seconds button about 3 times right now.
Oh no.
Because this woman picks up a fireplace poker and hits Teka in the head about 40 times.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh. So she, at some point during that beating, passes out.
Steven's like, I can't hit 15 forward.
Steve.
Poor Steven.
Steven just fell backwards and was like, this is my worst birthday ever. Sorry.
Oh, Steven.
Okay, so she comes to like 2 minutes later.
Okay.
As she feels the woman pick her up by the ankles and drag her down the hallway toward the kitchen.
Oh my God.
So
kitchen, nothing good happens in the kitchen.
No, not in this scenario. No. Then she hears her rattling around in the kitchen, opening drawers and doing stuff. Then the lady kneels down next to her and she feels a sharp pain in her side.
Oh my God.
And she looks down and she sees the woman's holding a box cutter.
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, squeamish people, you're not going to like when I say she sees the woman holding a box cutter.
They've still been fast forwarding past this.
Oh, okay, good. I'm not going to worry about you anymore. Not you. The squeamish.
We have to fucking deal with it.
That's right. You guys have to take this no matter what. Steven is holding both his knees in his mouth. Okay. So blood, of course, starts pouring out her side.
Oh my God.
She said there was blood everywhere.
I fucking bet.
And the woman goes back into the kitchen. This creeped me out so bad, and starts to pray. So she's saying stuff like, Lord, forgive me. Lord, I'm a sinner. I'm so sorry. Which is like, that's straight out of like a horrible horror movie.
This is like the movie Carrie or something. Where it's like, we need to pray.
Yes.
It's like, no, you're fucking psycho.
Yeah, it's not.
God doesn't like you.
Praying won't help anything right now with you have a fucking box cutter in your prayer hands.
God knows you're about to go back to what you were fucking doing.
And of course she does. So Teka can't move. She's lost so much blood. She doesn't have the energy to do anything. She's just laying there. The woman starts cleaning up the blood. She's just scrubbing, cleaning. And then she kneels down, and asks Teka if she can get up. And Teka says, I don't think so. So the woman picks Teka up, carries her back to the unfurnished bedroom, and puts her on a mattress on the floor. And then she takes Teka's cell phone away from her and turns it off.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So eventually, as she's laying there on this mattress on the floor, her bleeding stops. And she thinks, maybe I can talk to her and she'll let me go. Maybe if the thing that most people do, where it's like, humanize yourself. So she starts saying, like, I guess based on the information she had in the conversation on the car ride over, she's like, she talked about her kids. She talked about Stephanie's kids. She talked about her own kids. And she basically said to Stephanie, I would never tell on you because I don't believe in breaking families up. I wouldn't want a person to lose their family. Stephanie starts pacing in circles and going. She said she could tell it was working on her because she's pacing and murmuring to herself and freaking out. And at one point, Stephanie says, I got to get out of this apartment. And Teka's like, oh yeah, really?
Oh my God.
Me too. Then Teka says, and this is another one of those moments where you're just like, fuck, man. She said, but I know she's not just going to leave me there because I've seen her face and I know where she lives.
Shit.
So at this point, she's been battered and bleeding, held in this apartment for 3 nights.
3 nights?
Yeah, this has continued over like all of these things that she's done and taking her to the room and all that.
I was expecting like one afternoon.
No. Like it's like the initial beating and then a night. And she said the first night she played movies all night and Teka didn't sleep all night. She just stayed up watching the woman.
Oh my God.
Like, because she was obviously like just didn't know what was going to happen next. So then the third night, Stephanie walks into the bedroom and she's holding a metal bowl full of ice with a rag in it.
Oh no.
A rag's on her shoulder. She's got 6 towels and 2 box cutters and a knife.
No. Why do people use box cutters?
It's so awful.
And the rag over her shoulder, like your mom did that.
That's actually that's my mom at Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm picturing your mom right now.
Totally. My mom would be fully dressed to the nines, and then she would have the dirtiest dish towel on her shoulder because she'd be like pulling stuff out of the oven.
Right. We call that a schmata in Yiddish.
A little schmata?
It's just like a gross rag that you use to clean with.
That's funny because in TV, we used to always, on the Ellen Show, Andy Lassner used to always say, we need a schmata to cover this. I always thought it meant like a nice tablecloth.
Oh, no.
Just like a piece of shit.
Just like something. We need to throw something over this.
Throw some rag over there. Okay, so nightmare time. Anyone coming at you with a metal bowl full of ice, run the fuck. If you can run.
Bad intentions.
There's nothing good at the end of that. Oh, yeah. So then, and this is very upsetting, and it also is something that was featured. Did you watch the assassination of Gianni Versace?
No, I haven't watched that yet.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I hadn't watched it because of course there was online, we're not sure if we like it or not, which I always then go, oh, forget it.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, are you crazy? It's the best and you will love it. Yeah. And I did. And it's brilliant. But there's one part where he has a victim, and this is what happened to Teka. Stephanie wrapped her head in duct tape.
What?
So her eyes are covered, her whole head is covered. She can barely breathe through her nose.
I don't like it.
Everything's covered. It's the worst. It's so claustrophobic. It's
such a psychotic move to do to someone.
Yeah, it's insane. And it's incredibly dehumanizing. It's this person that I'm attacking isn't a person.
Right.
It's crazy. And it's something that Andrew Cunanan did as well.
Wow.
So not a good sign. If you're doing what Andrew Cunanan does,
no,
I'm not on your side.
Immediate fail.
Okay, so now it's going to get worse, squeamish people.
Okay.
If you suddenly thought that you were somehow in a landing place, you aren't.
I did. I'm not.
No, go back to being on your toes. So Teka, this is how she explains it on the show. She just says, she wraps her head in duct tape, and then she just starts cutting. So Stephanie starts at the top of Teka's pelvic area and just starts cutting upward.
Fast forward.
No, this is real life. But she doesn't have the correct tools. It's not like a surgical cut. She's using fucking kitchen knives and box cutters.
Who knows how deep to go? Who knows how? I mean, like, how do you?
No, this woman knows nothing. And Teka, as she describes it, it's so fucking awful. And she's just like, I could feel every cut.
Yeah, I bet.
She felt every single thing this woman did, and she said she started to have a hard time breaking Teka's skin.
All right, I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
No, it's bad. It's super bad.
Okay.
So she starts picking at it. Then when she opens the skin, then she's cutting through muscle. It's like, and she's just laying there feeling it. Now, this was the part that got tweeted.
Is she saying this shit on I Survived?
Yes, she's telling this story.
And they're like leaving all that stuff in?
Well, it's what fucking happened to her. And it's what she lived through. She gets to tell it. So, but this is the best part. She goes, this whole time this is happening to me, she's playing the Michael Jackson movie, This Is It.
Oh my God.
And she's going back to the movie and rewinding it. If it gets to like the talking head documentary part, she'll rewind it back to the song performance part. And she said she's blasting the music and just playing the songs over and over.
Michael Jackson.
And she said, I'm laying there cut open. Even I'm thinking, why is she playing this over and over? And then she goes, because I hate Michael Jackson anyway. And that's the clip that got sent.
That's what I saw. I did not realize how horrifying that quote was.
In the middle.
Surrounded by what was happening.
Yeah, in the middle of that. And also that's that thing where, and I've said this a million times about I Survived. That's that thing about the women or men that are on that show. When they tell these stories, they've been through it already.
Right.
And it's this proof that you can go through fucking anything and remain resilient and strong and be able to tell your own story.
Right.
It's what makes me cry every time.
Yeah.
And she's like laughing in the middle of it going, but she said that was the moment where she saw the big picture of what was happening. She said, it blew my mind. Like how insane this is for her.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just so crazy. She shits on Michael Jackson. All right. And then she says it like, anyway, like, I don't want to get into that
Like,
right
I know
now.
everyone's going to hate me for this.
Yeah, I know that's an unpopular opinion.
Right.
We'll talk about it later.
You can hate whoever you want.
Forever. So of course, eventually she passes out. But even then, the idea that she was awake for that, having those thoughts, like, she's a fucking warrior. It's crazy.
Totally.
So when she wakes up, she's on the bed and Stephanie's laying in a fetal position on the floor in front of the doorway in the bedroom. So Teka realizes, she tries to roll over. Like, she's like, this might be my chance to get out of here. So she tries to roll over. And when she does, the metal bowl is still sitting on the mattress with her. Her wedding ring hits the bowl and makes a ringing sound.
Oh, no.
And she freezes, but Stephanie does not wake up.
Oh, my God.
So she thinks to herself and prays to God, if I can just stand up, I'll get out of here. So she pushes her fucking self up and she said she asked God to give her strength from somewhere to just get her in standing position. And she fucking does it.
Holy shit.
She starts sneaking across the room. She steps over Stephanie.
Oh my God.
Blood drips onto Stephanie. She freezes, thinking Stephanie's going to wake up and grab her. But she doesn't. So then she steps the second foot over and starts going up the hallway. No. Now, the squeamish people who thought things were bad before.
Oh no, it's not over.
It's going to get worse for a second. And it's very bad. As she's going up the hallway, she's leaning on one wall, getting herself up the hallway. Halfway up the hallway, the contents of her torso fall out of her.
Oh my God. Karen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She picks up.
No, stop.
She picks it up and she keeps going.
What the fuck?
Yes. She fucking gets to that front door again, opens all 3 locks, and gets out of the fucking apartment. It's the worst. It's the worst. She starts yelling for help. She starts knocking on apartment doors. Nobody comes. She makes it down the stairs, and at the bottom of the staircase, she passes out. Fucking Stephanie comes out the door, sees her down at the bottom of the stairs, makes her way down, tries to scoop her arms underneath Teka's arms to pull her back up the stairs, and Teka starts fucking fighting. She said she bit her fingers, she fought, she screamed for help. Now a guy fucking finally comes down from the 3rd floor, and he's like, what's going on? And fucking Stephanie, in her nice lilty pretty voice, goes, she's delusional and I'm just trying to help her and she's fighting against me.
Right, she's covered in blood and dying.
Teka, and she says, and she keeps talking over me, but Teka looks up at the man and goes, help me, she's trying to kill me. Then she realizes the man isn't reacting to the situation because she's wearing a navy blue shirt and it's not showing the blood and the shit that's going on under her shirt. So as she's looking at him, she pulls her shirt up, and she said the man yelled, I'm calling the cops, and ran back upstairs.
No.
Yep. And so with that, Stephanie looked at her and this is the way Teka says it in the show. She says she looked at me as if she was saying, I should have killed you. And then she ran away. So now she's just bleeding out on the stairs, and the EMTs and the firemen come. She's got somebody comes and leans down next to her and goes, ma'am, are you hurt? And because she has this fucking shirt on that is making everything much more subtle than it is. And she says, yes. She's answering, yes, I've been beaten and I've been cut and I need help. And then she pulls her shirt up, and this is Washington, D.C. I'm sure it wasn't this guy's first day on the job. She said he looked like he was going to throw up right there. She's rushed into surgery. She has emergency surgery. She wakes up from the surgery, as we know, because again, it's called I Survived. PJ is sitting there by her bedside.
Oh, PJ.
PJ's there. The first thing she says is the baby alive? A nurse walks in to come and check on her. And when she asks the nurse, is her baby alive? The nurse says, you gave birth to an 8-pound, 2-ounce baby girl. So apparently the baby was balled up way at the top of the womb. So I don't know if that was like a reaction, like a chemical reaction pulled her upward, or if that's just how she was sitting in her stomach. But basically, they couldn't get to her. Oh, also, I just remembered a part that I will not say, but if you think you heard the worst part, you didn't. There was way fucking worse shit.
I bet you'll tell me after we record.
Now I'm mad at you because I read it. I read it and I'm not going to tell you.
I didn't do anything.
No, I know. So then in the show, she says, I told them I'm going to name her Miracle because...
I was going to guess Miracle.
Were you really?
Yes.
She says, I'm going to name her Miracle because I survived and she survived.
Oh.
And... fucking, you have to look up. I mean, we'll post a picture of Miracle. She's got a fucking pacifier in her mouth that says "I heart mommy."
Oh my God.
And she is this chubby. She looks like a picture of a
8 pounds
baby.
at fucking 7.5 months is a big baby.
That's a big fucking baby.
Yeah.
And she looks a bit like one of those babies in a Target ad. You know those ones they just sit them by themselves and you're like, it's just this fully formed baby that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's what Miracle Sky looked like. Her full name. Okay. Teka's attacker's real name is Veronica Duramus, I guess. Mm-hmm. She called the cops on herself, and they came and picked her up. She pled guilty to assault, and she's sentenced to 25 years in jail.
That's it? It's attempted murder.
Yeah. Well, I guess they couldn't prove attempted murder
I know.
because there was all these other stories. Because Veronica tried to tell them that she offered Teka $5,000 for her baby. And she basically seeded all this doubt.
Yeah.
Which is so fucked up because it's like, if that was the deal, first of all, you would not take $5,000. And secondly, you'd be like, it's a baby.
Yeah.
We should be in like the 5-digit area. But on top of that, you'd fucking have the baby at 9 months in a hospital.
Right.
You fucking, all you assholes. Okay, so mad. On Monday, January 4th, 2010, 29-year-old Teka Adams, which
29,
I tell you what, and it's, if you told me she was 17, I would have believed you. Anyway, so jealous. She faces her attacker in court. She goes to the preliminary trial, and fucking when that woman is brought into the courtroom, she looks her in the eye. She brings Miracle to the preliminary trial. They're sitting there, and then she fucking mad dogs her as she comes. Apparently it was very hard and she was really shaken, obviously. Yeah. She made a full physical recovery, though, which I cannot believe.
Insane.
It's amazing.
So amazing.
They must have had insane, amazing doctors, like at whatever that hospital she went to. But of course, her emotional recovery took much longer because that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
She brought, I just had this part of the news. So I read an article about that afterwards. She brought, Miracle was dressed in a pink outfit with matching mittens, booties, and a hat. And so Teka didn't have to testify against that woman. It was they were just figuring out if there was enough evidence to bring it all to trial.
Right.
And in the at the time, public defender Kim Robinson tried to argue that the attempted first-degree murder charge that they tried to bring against her wouldn't hold up because there was no evidence that Duramus intended to kill Teka.
I mean, come on.
2 box cutters? What the fuck?
Yeah, from the blood loss alone, she would have died.
I mean, nothing about it is saying she didn't want her dead.
Yeah.
Luckily, Prince George County District Judge Thurman H. Rhodes disagreed, found sufficient probable cause for all charges, and Veronica ended up going to jail. And Teka's father, Gregory Burnett, was also there, and he told reporters, Teka's my youngest daughter, so I felt like she was trying to take my baby. Aww. Which is, I mean, let's all cry for 95 fucking different reasons.
Can we?
But of course, at the end of I Survived, as we all know, they make you say why you think you survived. Yeah. That's like the speech everyone gives.
Yeah.
And this is what Teka said. I survived because I was coming to a point in my life where I started to love myself and respect myself and cherish life. And I survived because of God and my support system. I know a lot of people love me, and I know that God loves me. And like they say, God looks after babies and fools, and I had a baby, and I was a fool.
Oh my God.
And then she goes, yep. And
is she crying when she says all this?
She doesn't really cry that much in this. I cried the whole fucking time.
Oh my, you're crying
and when
right now.
I'm crying now. And when she gives the speech at the end, she just has that. She's been through everything.
Yeah.
It's like she's been through everything.
Yeah.
And now here she is wearing this fucking rad blue shirt, looking gorgeous. It's so crazy.
That's fucking gnarly.
And the very last card that comes up says Teka and her family now live in an apartment in Washington, D.C.
Oh, good.
Come on. And that is Teka Adams' story of survival that I love. God bless. Once again, Charlotte White, you made it happen. You gave me the idea. Thank you.
That was great.
I'm Jake Brennan, and on the Disgraceland podcast, I explore the wild lives of rock stars and unbelievable true crime stories from music history. These are the stories you haven't heard, the kind you'll end up telling someone else. Like the time Paul McCartney spent in one of the world's most notorious prisons. Imagine that. You're Paul McCartney. It's 1980. You're an ex-Beatle, and you're doing time in one of Japan's worst prisons, right there alongside Yakuza gangsters, and for a ridiculous charge. Or the bizarre crime Lady Gaga is accused of. Who is the artist Lady Gaga is being accused of doing the unthinkable to, after allegedly stealing her music and style to become famous? And what about that time Blondie's Debbie Harry escaped a serial killer? The man who had given her that ride she barely escaped from was Ted Bundy. Listen to Disgraceland on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
New voices, each with the courage to tell their own story.
He said, I have been kidnapped.
Okay, just try and act normal.
He was essentially on the run.
Every family has secrets.
The rug had been pulled from underneath me.
Oh my God. It was right in front of my face and I didn't even see it.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's Chelsea Handler from Dear Chelsea. This season, we've got some awesome guests ready to dole out advice. Guests like Tiffany Haddish kind of slide into people's DMs.
I like Bumble. Also,
Right.
girlfarmersonly.com.
Like,
Estate sales, funerals, auctions are usually good. There's a lot of good men there. Grocery stores near gyms.
Darcy Carden.
And I remember being like, I know this is good advice, but like, I really don't want to do that.
So you didn't take her advice?
I didn't take her advice.
Are you still friends with that woman?
No, she actually was kind of toxic.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I spent my whole life looking up. I was a geek kid. I had a telescope at age 12. And so
So you didn't have sex for a long time? Sherry O'Terry. Were you a soap opera person?
Young and Restless.
Okay. Well, first of all, you should know it's The Young and the Restless. I can't even believe you're mispronouncing
some
the
of
title.
us abbreviate it because we've been so loyal for so many years.
T.S. Madison.
Are you into Polly?
No, I don't think so.
No, I could have told you no on that.
Girl, why are you not into Polly?
Just based on what she's wearing and the way her hair is styled. She is not into Polly. Okay?
Girl, try Polly.
Anna Faris, Dave Franco, Madeline Klein, Hannah Gadsby, Adam Scott, Wanda Sykes, and more. Listen to Dear Chelsea on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right.
Yes.
My turn.
Do it.
Here we go.
Roll up those sleeves like a member of a gang from The Outsiders and really give me this story.
You're just saying that because I'm wearing overall shorts for some reason. What is wrong with me?
Georgia's wearing overall shorts like the most precious little kindergartner I've ever seen.
Here's the problem. I saw some Instagram fashion influencers wearing these and I was like, they look so cute. And now I got them and I'm like, oh no, I am not that.
Are you having influencer envy?
I think I am.
Well, I'd like to say Oh, I think it's going to be roughly 5 words to you.
What?
Compare and despair. That's 3 words.
Okay.
Compare and despair.
Okay.
Don't compare yourself to other people because then you will despair.
I'm like, I'm already doing that.
No,
I'm on it.
Don't compare or you'll despair.
Okay, there we go.
I think they tried to get it down as short as possible.
You know, I'm not comparing. I just also don't think these look good on me. You know what I mean? Like specifically me. I'm fine with it.
I've only seen you sitting down in them. I need to see you mingle around in a party.
Yeah. That's a different level, Georgia.
Pull that off.
Yeah, you've got fucking bangs back, pigtails, no makeup, with my sleeves rolled up. All right, let me do this.
I'm wearing a shirt that I wore it in the video that we posted for the fans. I've worn it pretty much every day since that video was made. It's covered in dog hair. I don't owe anybody anything.
Listen, I'm gonna five words. If it's not broken, why do you need to change it? It's fine. Everything's fine. Just like give it a quick lint roll, maybe throw it in the dryer, and everything's fine.
4, 5. Yes. Nice. Let's make it. That's the new shirt.
That's the new shirt that you have to wear every day. Says that on it. Yes.
And we will print the shirt and there will be a dog hair on the print of the shirt. So you'll never be able to lint roll it off.
Printed into the ink.
Yes. Cat and dog hair.
Each one of our pets will contribute a hair to the printing of the shirt.
George can't wait to donate all of her hair and some of her fingernails.
We're going to shave all our pets. Let's do that. We're going to have a video. Listen, you have to join the fan cult because there's going to be a video of us shaving our pets.
Oh, you're going to love it.
It's going to be glorious. Anyhow, let's do this.
Okay.
All right. This murder or collection of murders has a very chilling name. You know this one. It's the West Mesa Bone Collector.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
I know of it, but I'm confusing it with all those bodies in Juarez. Like I'm thinking of the Southwest and skeleton.
And the Long Island serial killer too, right? Like the collection of bodies.
Yes.
That kind of thing. All right. Well, I'm just going to do this time the West Mesa serial killer.
No, you have to do all the cases I mentioned or this is not real.
Buckle up, everyone. I'm doing all of them. Or this isn't real. Or this is a different plane of existence.
Or reality is canceled.
Reality's canceled. Next shirt. All right. Mid-2005, Karen, Detective Ida Lopez is the only missing persons detective for Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is the largest city in New Mexico with about 500,000 people. In Albuquerque, the rate of violent crime is more than double the national average.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Isn't Albuquerque like where Better Call Saul takes place and stuff?
And even before that, Breaking Bad.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Breaking Bad is like...
Breaking Bad really brought Albuquerque to the fore.
It really did. It's a fucking excellent, crazy show.
It's so good.
But it does, yeah.
But there's some shit going down in Albuquerque.
There's shit going down, like balanced with a kind of suburban normal life. It's like it seemed like a really weird city in that it's some really horrible, dangerous, scary shit going on. And
right
also,
outside the development of the housing development.
Exactly. Of people trying to raise their, like, you know, any city, but double Z's in this one.
But I wonder if that's changed since 2005.
I bet it has. And I hope people tell us.
Stephen will give us a birthday report about Albuquerque's current crime right after this murder.
We need you to dress up like Albuquerque. This is going to be like a show and tell for school.
Can I just tell you this really quick?
Are you going to tell me about how the one country that was left when you had to do your presentation in elementary school was
Iceland?
Iceland.
No.
And so
I've already told you that 4 times, so you don't need to hear that again. Okay. No, when my sister and Nora were just visiting me, we were at...
Nora's your 10-year-old niece, just so everyone knows.
Yep. And we were at Wood Ranch Grill, and the kids menu had a quiz testing you on state capitals. And my sister and I couldn't stop laughing because in 6th grade, when my sister was in 6th grade, she had to get tested on state capitals. So she, on our family's brand new stereo, where she plugged in a microphone that came with the kit.
Oh my God, the first podcast ever made.
Exactly. And it's a cassette tape that my sister recorded and talked into this microphone where she recited every state alphabetically and its state capital and then listened to the tape. So both of us know state capitals.
That's
because
brilliant.
Yeah.
That's how I learned too, is just repetition.
Yeah. Did you record it? like that and listen to yourself?
I don't think we had those capabilities in the Hardstark household.
we were pretty high end.
You were pretty rich, Karen, is what you're bragging about.
Incredibly rich. If you leave today's podcast with anything, please know that we were definitely the 1%.
Kilgariffs were moneyed.
Not in the least, but we're laughing, and then Nora starts testing us on state capitals, and my sister knew all of them, and I was making up cities, and I was like, wait, I was just there. I looked at the Capitol building, like, have no recall whatsoever.
You seizured that away a long time ago.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was going to say drank that away, but then I was like, that's not as nice. Something she can't control, like the seizures, is nicer.
Thank you. It was like not an accusation. It's more of like, poor you lost all your state capitals when those seizures hit.
Yeah. And you know what? In solidarity, I did the same thing with you. I just lost them all.
You induced some seizures in yourself?
No, I just don't know the state capitals.
That's
you.
Friendship.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, let's go back to...
You just started. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. To Alba, because it's going to get dark. Not as violent, but dark. All right, a couple weeks. Okay, so Detective Ida Lopez, this badass woman, a couple weeks after being assigned to the missing persons department, the only person in missing department, after...
Which is crazy.
I know. After having been in vice and a patrol officer for years, she noticed that women with similar backgrounds had been vanishing from Albuquerque. All the women were in their 20s and 30s with similar looks and arrest records for sex work and drugs, and they had all vanished without word to their families, all of them. After a couple months of compiling a list, there were 5 missing women with similar profiles. And they were all known to hang out in a fucking, like, in Albuquerque, which has, as I said, violent crime more than double the national average. This part of Albuquerque that's the most dangerous part, called the war zone.
Oh, no.
So they were all known to hang out there.
No.
I know. What hindered her research was that some had already been missing for over a year due to their transient lifestyles. So by the time their parents and families reported them missing, who were really the only people who would report them missing, they had been used to not seeing them for weeks and months, and so didn't know how long they had been gone for.
Right.
Plus, since they had no regular schedules, it was hard to track down when and where they had last been seen. And they also supported their drug habit with sex work off of the street. So they would come into contact regularly with strangers that couldn't be tracked down and questioned, and you know, that sort of thing. So when Ida, who's this wonderful woman who isn't biased by the fact that they are sex workers, she's like ready to look into this. She hits the street to find out if there were any rumors of the women's whereabouts. And when she does this, she hears a rumor that some of the girls had been killed and were buried on the West Mesa. Like, this is a rumor going around. And the West Mesa is a vast desert just on the outskirts of the city. So Detective Lopez didn't have much more to go on, but just in case, she did collect DNA and dental records from the women's families, just in case, which of course scared the shit out of the families.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's see. But it wasn't really a huge story.
As it never is, because
right.
It's sex workers and people that, quote unquote, have high risk lifestyles.
Exactly. So nobody but Detective Lopez and the families of the missing girls were really concerned about the disappearances of, by 2007, what had become more than a dozen women on her list. I think it's like 16. It's hard to find an exact number, but it's around 16 women on her list of potentially related cases of missing women in the city between 2001 and 2006.
Fuck.
So she's the only person who had noticed a pattern, put them together, and is kind of doing whatever she can to investigate it. Okay. So that was 2007. All right. Then, in early February 2009, the case breaks wide fucking open when a woman named Christine Ross, she's walking her dog named Ruka, that's her dog's name, they're near their new build house on the outskirts of Albuquerque in the area known as West Mesa. So Christine likes to take Ruka to an area that was once meant for new housing but had been abandoned during the 2008 economy crash, which we all know about. So all these fucking Do we all know? So all these
we do, I think.
mortgages, all this fucking shit went bust. All this new construction stopped being built because everyone was like, the housing market's going to be huge. And then no, everything is wrong. Let's not blame the banks. Let's fucking make poor, regular, normal people who couldn't afford the mortgages they shouldn't have been given in the fucking first place.
All a scam.
It's all a scam. Everything's a scam.
Go watch Adam McKay's movie. What's it fucking called? Oh, damn it, Steven.
Look it up. Everything's a scam. Don't buy into it. The end. Okay.
The Big Short. Is that what
right?
it's called? Will you double check me? It's such a good movie. It's about that exact thing where 10 years ago, we were living in the craziest world.
Isn't that crazy 10 years ago?
Yeah. Well, more, right? Because if it was 2007 or 8?
2008 when the bust happened.
Oh, 10 years ago. Exactly.
Yeah, it was The Big Short.
Yeah,
Okay.
watch The Big Short by Adam McKay. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. All right. Everything's a fucking scam. It's all a lie. The American dream, etc. Anyways. Okay, so she liked to go over to this area where the housing development had never started, had been abandoned because of the crash, and it's now a desolate swath of land. Mm-hmm. My words, obviously.
Your word, not a cut and paste word.
And she let Ruka off his leash to run around in the desert, hard desert sand, right? Mm-hmm. So that day, and it's like tumbleweedy, we can imagine it.
Cow skull
with a skull on its head.
Maybe a tiny bit of treasure sticking out of the sand.
Well,
oh no, shit. Sorry.
Well,
I'm gonna stop talking.
No, because you're not wrong.
Oh no.
That day, Christine noticed Ruka digging, and when she approached him, she realized he was trying to uncover something out of the sand.
No.
And it looked like a bone. But she said it didn't look like an animal bone, so concerned, she took a photo of it and sent it to none other than her own sister, who was a nurse, and her nurse sister was like, yeah, dude, that's a femur, call the fucking cops.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the detectives arrived, they confirmed that the bone was human, and they began to process what would become the largest crime scene in Albuquerque history.
Oh, shit.
This is partly because when construction had started for the housing development, the land had been upturned and disturbed. So they were preparing the land for the housing development.
Right.
So because of this, a lot of the bones had been broken and scattered, which is one of the reasons it became a large crime scene. But also because by the time the detectives were finished processing the crime scene 2.5 months later, 206 bones of 11 female bodies and 1 unborn child had been found buried at the site.
11?
Yeah.
12 to all together?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, so as the digging is underway, and the media is obviously fucking losing their shit over this, the bones begin to be identified. And this is the order they're identified in. The first to be identified is Victoria Chavez, who was 26. She was the first woman to be identified. Just said that. Victoria's mother had reported her missing in March 2005 after she hadn't seen her in more than a year. So this is the kind of, as I said, the unfortunate circumstances behind this is because they were, a lot of them, I think, drug addicts. They weren't around their families a lot. They were on the streets.
A lot of them run away from their families.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you've seen any fucking episode of Intervention, you know what happens. This could have easily been me or you. These are people who become addicted to drugs. They turn to sex work to fund those drugs. They fall in with a bad crowd, bad boyfriend. These things happen.
They paint themselves into kind of like a bad corner, maybe.
Right.
It's the thing, and I think I've said it to you a million times, where it's that when you are watching a true crime show and the family and the different people say, we knew there was a problem when we didn't hear from her the next day because she would never do that.
Right.
And every time it gives me the chills because I'm like, I don't call my family so much that they're used to me not calling.
Yeah.
And that's how they know I'm a flake and I'm that person.
Right.
So there's lots of us that are like that anyway.
Totally. And it's like, we can't understate how addicting drugs and alcohol is when you have a life that you're trying to escape.
Yeah.
Even when you're not, it's just whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So the second person to be identified is Michelle Valdez. She's a 22-year-old mother. Her father, Dan, had reported her missing in 2005. Michelle had gotten pregnant at 13 years old. Can you fucking believe that? And later began taking drugs and was disappearing for months at a time. After her bones were found, it was discovered that she was pregnant with a 4-month-old unborn baby, or 4 months pregnant. I know. Michelle's family had heard that her friend of hers from the street, they didn't know her, 32-year-old Cinnamon Elks, had gone missing along with Michelle at the same time. This is before they knew what had happened to her. And they had heard the rumor that Michelle and Cinnamon were buried on the Mesa. So Cinnamon's body was the third to be ID'd, and Cinnamon's mother had reported her missing when she didn't hear from her daughter on her birthday in August 2004. So next was Julie Nieto. She was 23 when she disappeared. She had become addicted to drugs at 19, and when her mother last saw her in August 2004, she reported her missing because she stopped sending birthday and Christmas presents to her young son.
Oh, no.
I know. It's like the things that you realize are off and why, and that's the last thing you have. And, you know, it's so sad. So Monica Candeliara had also had a son and was reported missing May 11th, 2003. Sheriff's detectives had also heard a rumor that she had been killed and buried on the Mesa. So the cops knew about this rumor, but nothing came of it. The Mesa was fucking huge. And her case had been given to the cold case unit. Okay, so Veronica Romero's family reported her missing on February 15th, 2004. She had 4 children. So at this point, when Veronica's found or identified at the news conference for her and Monica, the 5th victim, ID'd, Albuquerque Police Chief Ray Schultz. So he'd been holding press conferences as the woman had been ID'd. So each time someone's ID'd, he holds a press conference. The press are fucking eating it up. He had been making it clear at every press conference that the women had been saying that they had arrest records for drug and sex work, and they had mentioned it early and often that was the case with these women. And this press conference that he does for Veronica and Monica is the first time, and the first press conference where he refers to the women as victims.
The first time? After how many?
So they're the 5th and 6th to be reported. So I think a couple of them had been announced together.
They were almost making it sound, the first 4, like these were just the bodies.
We found the bodies of these sex workers, which is obviously not the word they used.
Right.
Not the word that is used in any of the articles and fucking the shit I watched. Obviously, but you know, we're new to that too.
It's a developing change, but also just that idea that it's what he's not saying, but what's implied is, and this is what happens when you live that way. So it's not, they're not victims, and it's not a concern.
But he's also saying to the community, who he knows are going to be flipping the fuck out and saying to him, "What are you going to do about this? How are you going to solve this?" If he doesn't imply that it's partly their fault. So if they just think that some fucking murderer is out there killing these young mothers and these young women, and not telling everyone that they lived this lifestyle that's, quote, high risk. So calm down, don't worry, and don't get mad at us. So this is, it's just the first time that they are referred to as victims is so horrible.
It's injustice, and it's a disservice to the first 4 victims.
So, Doreen Marquez, so this woman's interesting, and it's just another one of these stories that there's so much more to all of these women's background than you can ever imagine. And they're not just drug addicts and sex workers. So Doreen had been a cheerleader in high school. She was a devoted mother, and she didn't start using drugs till later in her 20s. Her boyfriend had been put in jail. Her home life went to shit. Not long after, at around 27 years old, her family reported her missing in December 2004. So then the 8th victim to be ID'd, Selania Edwards, she is different than the rest of the victims in a couple ways. First, she was the only victim not known to have friends and family in Albuquerque. So she wasn't from Albuquerque. Her family wasn't there. She kind of had come in randomly from Oklahoma. So she was 15 years old, where she had run away from foster care. She had a clearly really sad circumstances in her life. She didn't know her dad. Her mom died when she was 5, and she was in foster care. She ran away. She's also the only African-American victim. Everyone else is white or mostly Hispanic. And it was determined that she was traveling on the I-40 corridor, the Interstate 40, as a sex worker. And I guess that's known as a circuit girl. I think it's kind of that truck stop to truck stop thing of, and I think you also do it with like a couple other girls. It's not just you alone. Oh. Which is interesting.
That's smart.
Yeah.
To not do it for sure.
Right. But you still go alone with.
Yeah, that's right.
So and they were hoping that because she was different from the rest of the victims, that might help lead to who's doing this, but nothing ever came of it. So Virginia Ann Cloven was 23. She was reported missing in October 2004. She had run away from home when she was 17 after her brother had been shot and killed. And she had been forced to live on the street later when her live-in boyfriend had been hit by a car and was hospitalized. Oh my God. I know, this poor fucking baby. Her family had last heard from her in June 2004 when she called to say that she had a new boyfriend who had just gotten out of prison and that she was going to marry him. Number 10 is Evelyn Salazar, who's 23, also a mother. Her family reported her missing on April 3rd, 2004. And this is weird. She had been last seen about a week earlier with her 15-year-old cousin, Jamie Barella, who was the last victim to be ID'd. Oh. So Jamie Barella was 15. She was a high school student, and she, unlike the other West Mesa victims, she had no known sex crime or drug arrests, and she wasn't known to be in that world. But her cousin, whose body was ID'd with her, Evelyn Salazar, was. And they were last seen together heading from a family picnic to another park. So, you got to wonder what happened. She's with her older cousin. Someone pulls up who maybe her cousin from the sex working trade knows. He's a friendly John. Maybe they go to hang out with him. Who fucking knows what happened?
That opens it up too. And she's like just a high school girl. So it could be, right. Can you drive her home? Also, what drives me crazy too is like, as you said, like we were both drug addicts ourselves. Yeah. I think if you polled most people, we'd find out they were addicted to something. Yeah. So this idea that these sex workers and the way drug addict sounds to the ear, because we've been hearing it for 40 years with this thing of, the drug addict. Oh, right. You know what I mean? Where
without knowing the nuances of what brings you to drug addiction and sex
and how many
work.
people are secret drug addicts that are like, well, you can put on your pretty pink, sweater set and go to the mall and just slightly slur and nobody
fucking
cares.
Adderall drug addict and or
the fucking Oxycontin thing that's taking over the nation, where it's just like, we have to stop making it sound like drug addicts are thrilled to be that way. And they're like, fucking party on, because that's not the case. Yeah. It's not, once you start, that's the whole thing about fucking drugs is a lot of times addiction. You cannot stop.
Yeah. That's addiction too. I mean, love addiction, sex addiction, all these things where you make terrible choices in your life. And, because
you don't deserve to die.
It's not you anymore.
And you don't deserve to be fucking killed or victimized.
No. All right.
Now I'm talking to you in this tone of voice that doesn't, it's not
at me. You're talking to you're talking to everyone else listening.
So frustrating. They all know.
Okay. All right. You're telling Stephen.
I'm tired of you denying this.
Stephen, you're just because you're addicted to Hello Kitty cake. No, he's eaten the whole thing. We've just watched him eat the entire thing during this episode.
It's
impressive.
I kind of respect it.
With his hands.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. Okay. So it took Albuquerque police nearly a year to identify all of the victims. All of the women were between the ages of 15 and 32, and most were Hispanic. The women had gone missing between 2001 and 2005. $100,000 reward for assistance to arrest them, whatever was offered. And detectives would only give the cause of death as homicidal violence, I think wanting to keep all that shit under wraps.
Yeah.
So here are the suspects. Police started looking for men who lived in the area with a history of violence against sex workers. Turns out to be a really long fucking list.
Yeah.
course. They also created a timeline using satellite images. So this is fucking creepy and crazy, and you can see this shit online, and maybe we'll post it. In 2002, they show like the Google Earth image where they show the huge patch of, what did I call it? Desolate swath of land.
Yeah, it's a swath.
The swath of desert land. And whatever, nothing unusual. But then the satellite imagery taken in 2003 shows tire marks leading to patches of disturbed soil in the area where the remains were recovered. So essentially you can track someone driving up, fucking digging a ditch, putting a body in, and covering it back up. You see these like squares of disturbed earth. And the way that book I love, No Stone Unturned, tells you how you could find clandestine graves based on the soil and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then in 2000 more tire marks and bare spots showing up in 2005. So they have this image of this timeline of this person going there and coming back. And
can they see the person, or it's just they can just tell by the topography of it?
It's the topography. It's, snapshots taken. Unfortunately, there was no cars when they took the photo, which sucks.
Tiny man.
Yeah, right.
Shovel.
In 2005, the marks stopped changing. So they think that that's because the killer had to stop using that area because new estates had begun to be built in the area and people would have seen him coming and going. But then everyone's always like, imagine if the economy hadn't crashed, they would have just built fucking houses over these bodies. And imagine how many places that actually happened. I mean...
No, let's not imagine that.
Let's stay up all night.
Oh.
All right, so the two main suspects, here they are. The first main suspect is a man named Lorenzo Montoya. He lived in a mobile home less than 3 miles, and it's really like 2 miles from the burial site up until his death in 2006. Lorenzo was a short but really powerfully built man. I saw a photo of him, dead fucking eyes, like the deadest eyes. He was in his 30s when the killings occurred and had been arrested multiple times for solicitation. In 1999, he had picked up a 23-year-old sex worker who was being watched by the Vice unit. And I don't even think she knew. They were just like, let's track her.
Yeah.
When they followed the Lorenzo's truck with the sex worker in the car, they followed them to an isolated spot, and police interrupted them after Lorenzo had already sexually assaulted her and while he was fucking trying to strangle her.
No.
So he's strangling her and the cops like fucking knock on the window.
Jesus Christ.
She told police that Lorenzo looked like he was enjoying strangling her.
Oh my God.
And she was convinced he was going to kill her if the police hadn't intervened. Unfortunately, the case was dismissed because the victim didn't want to testify against him, which is heartbreaking. In 2006, there were reportedly tire tracks leading from his trailer to the site of the dead of the bodies, but I only saw that in a couple places, so I don't know if that's actually true.
Right.
All right. December 2006. Lorenzo had solicited a 19-year-old woman named Sharika Hill via a chat room to come to his mobile home for a private dance. Once she was in his mobile home, Lorenzo bound her hands and feet with duct tape, then strangled her to death in what police called a quote, brutal, orchestrated, and very violent way.
Ugh.
But Lorenzo didn't know that Sharika had brought her boyfriend, Frederick Williams, with her for protection. So after waiting outside for an hour in his car, Frederick gets worried, goes to knock on the door of the mobile home. And so this is I've read two different accounts of this. Either Lorenzo was dragging Sharika's body to his car, or Lorenzo just burst out with a gun. And Frederick, the boyfriend, fucking shot and killed Lorenzo.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So, and here's another fucking great thing.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
This is starting to sound insanely familiar.
You know that. I know you know this.
Right, but we didn't do it, did we?
Don't ever say that again. I don't care if it's true.
Maybe it was because we were in New Mexico and so I read it.
Maybe. But it also, parts of this were covered in the Long Island serial killer, that documentary.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Which is, what's it called again? It was so great.
The Killing Fields?
The Killing Fields.
Yeah.
Yes. This is part of that is in there.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking the same thing earlier. I was like, did she? I don't care. I don't care if she did it. So, but here's another, in the article from the Time, I was like reading an article, the incident It's described as Lorenzo having, quote, choked to death a prostitute at his home, then was shot by the woman's pimp. Like, that's how it's described in 2006 in the fucking article. Not their names, not that she wasn't a fucking prostitute. She was going there as a dancer, 19 years old. Not that the dude she brought was her boyfriend, who she was just like, come, I know this is creepy. Come hang out with me. I just want to make sure I'm safe.
Right.
It's instead choked to death a prostitute at his home, was then shot by the woman's pimp. Like, that just implies that it's almost like he's the victim, doesn't
100%. And also, it's not specific to, like, even the police were like, it was extremely violent.
Right.
It's like, I don't know why choke to death sounds so much lighter than like if the cops are saying extreme violence, why can't the newspaper say it?
And then in all these interviews with the, investigators who now won't say if he's a major suspect or not, they all say like, well, we would have loved to interview him and we would have loved to have a chance to interrogate him, but we can't. It's almost like they're blaming this guy, Frederick Williams, this poor fucking dude who killed him, and it's like, it just sounds accusatory that if he hadn't done that, maybe they would be able to solve it.
I mean,
who pulled a gun, who also had a gun. Like, it's just, who just murdered his fucking girlfriend.
The attacker, like his girlfriend's murderer.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yes.
After Lorenzo's killed, the murders stop.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've solved it.
I think so too. But here's another suspect.
Okay.
Okay, so police thought looked good for the murders is a dude named Joseph Blea, B-L-E-A. 7 days after finding the first bone on the Mesa, a woman calls detectives to say that they should look at her ex-husband, Joseph Blea. She said that she'd found jewelry in the house that didn't belong to her and women's underwear.
Oy.
The women's underwear, like, maybe he's a perv and like collects and like saves them. Whatever. The jewelry is like, no fucking one's gonna be like, yeah, take my jewelry.
Yeah, true. I mean, and maybe he collects that too. There's all ways to do it, but like the combination of the two is not good.
Never. Listen, oh my God, if you find jewelry in your husband's...
If you find jewelry, underwear, and duct tape in one duffel bag...
Get the fuck out of town.
Goodbye.
Well, here's this.
Oh.
This dude is a fucking piece of shit. Okay, in the 1980s, Blea had been dubbed, quote, the mid-school rapist. As he would often break into the homes of 13 to 15-year-old girls who lived near a middle school in Albuquerque and raped them in the 80s. Between 1990 and 2009, Blea had 130 run-ins with police.
Fucking hey.
130. He frequented areas that many of the victims were known to hang out, and was once found by police in that area with rope and electrical tape in his car. So there you go.
Shit,
he's got all fucking three.
He's got everything we need.
In one case, the DNA from a 1985 murder of a girl found in Albuquerque was retested, but not until 2010 after someone else had gone to prison for it and found a match Blea. So the guy who was in prison for it was exonerated.
Oh, good.
In addition, okay, and this part is, and I want to know your opinion on this. So a tree tag from a nursery was found in the area where the West Mesa's victims' bodies were buried. And it was tracked down to a nursery in California that Blea had once frequented. To me, that's like, you're in an area of, there's trash everywhere. It's also where there's a new building going on, so plants were probably ordered.
Yep, and shipped in.
And if it's being shipped in, maybe it's from California. That to me is just like a fucking long shot. Unless it's like buried in the dirt with the bodies.
Yeah, but I think if you look at it in the way of, if you're a police person that's processing that evidence, and when you look it all up, and then you're like, oh, this is from the Sun Valley botanical whatever.
Oh, it's from, what did I want to call my name? Little Shop of Horticulture. Or what my mom owns. Yeah. My mom, a horticulturist.
So when they're looking into that, and they're like, they call up and then they're like, have you ever heard of this guy's name? And
100%.
they say yes. I mean, boom, you're like, there's no way that's a coincidence.
That's very true. It's more circumstantial evidence that will keep you on track looking into this guy.
Of course. Also, the idea that anybody hangs out at a nursery, the way you phrased it is like it's his favorite bar.
Frequent, yeah.
I frequent this nursery. I just like to touch jasmine plants. It's what I like.
I do like to do that.
They're very silky.
They are. They smell so good. Okay. So he's now around 60 years old. And he's serving 90 years in prison, or he has a 90-year prison sentence for 4 of the sexual assaults related way back into the 1980s.
Dude.
For the mid-school rape cases. He's claimed that he's been with several of the West Mesa victims in the past. Like, hired them as sex workers.
He just brought that up?
I guess so.
Okay.
Who knows? All right. 6 women from Detective Lopez's list of similarly missing women in Albuquerque are still unaccounted for.
6.
The last to go missing was Vanessa Reed in June of 2006, just 6 months before Lorenzo was shot and killed. In 2014, Detective Lopez retired. She was like, I can't, apparently.
She did plenty.
She did a lot.
She fucking nailed it.
And so there was only one detective left on the case. But then in 2016, Detective Lopez was like, all right, fine. She comes back to work. I'm putting so many.
She throws down a dish towel. Yeah. Fine.
She's like, there's a Dateline about this case, and she's interviewed throughout it. And she's just cries. She's lovely. She's just such a clearly a caring woman who it just wants nothing more than this case to be solved for the families, for the victims. She cares not, about their history. She's just obviously a wonderful woman.
Can I just say too, I think the more women that get involved in police work and all this stuff that we all talk about, that I think people are genuinely interested in, but the more they get involved, and people like to argue of, oh, political correctness, oh, now we have to say sex worker, oh, now we can't say prostitute. But if you think about it in that way, that the more people get trained to think of these victims as human fucking beings whose murders need to get solved, not only 100% for the fact that their lives mattered, but also because there is a fucking lunatic killing them, targeting them and killing them. Yeah. Like, just the concept has to change so that these creeps can get caught.
It doesn't come with the job that you might get killed. There are murderers who take advantage of people who are, one would say the most fucking vulnerable.
Yes. And
know that nobody cares. As a society, we're trained not to give a shit because of words like prostitute and hooker, and not saying sex worker,
and not saying fucking victim.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we know everything.
Murderinos are on the fucking up and up.
They really are. And things are absolutely changing quicker than we could know.
Definitely. Yeah. So she comes back to work. Detective Lopez comes back to work on a contract basis to investigate the murders, partly because they realize how close her relationships are with the victims' families, who are so thankful that she's cared so much and kept in touch with them. And,
she's like Erin Brockovich.
She's Erin fucking Brockovich.
Yeah.
She understands them. And just to end about the victims and how they are deemed less important by society due to their lifestyles in this, 2020 episode to our friend David Mankiewicz, you old so-and-so. Ida Lopez says, their soul is no different than mine, and they're not any less important to God.
Hell yes, Ida.
Ida. So that's the fucking West Mesa bone collector.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I also just thought of this too. A couple people have tweeted at us about this. Also, Dave Anthony of
The Dollop.
Thank you. Oh no. Sorry, Dave. Of The Dollop also tweeted at me about this. Trump recently, and this is going to go under the fucking carpet rug because our democracy is imploding, and so there's lots of other things that keep becoming more important. But recently, Trump passed a law that is incredibly dangerous for sex workers, saying that they cannot advertise online.
Oh, right. And the back page.
They can't back page it. They can't do. There's a name for this. Everybody should look it up, but it is. I was contacted or tweeted at by a couple people talking about how bringing this law and needing to overturn this law is really important, because basically if sex workers can't ensure their own safety by knowing that the people that they're doing business with, knowing their names, getting credit card numbers, doing all that stuff.
Even a phone number, tracing their phone number.
Exactly. It forces them back onto the street.
Right.
And it puts everybody in a fucking huge danger. And Trump called it's the Allow States and Victims to Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act, FOSTA, F-O-S-T-A. And It says it aims to fight sex trafficking by reducing legal protections for online platforms. And it got passed by an overwhelming majority. But privacy and civil liberty advocates say it's a fatally flawed bill that hurts small online communities. And sex workers say it's going to make them less safe because they have to go offline to
Listen
do
to the
business.
sex workers. They'll tell you what is right.
And also, the irony of that man passing a bill like this and pretending that he gives a single shit about sex trafficking and sex workers and women in this kind of community. Just please.
And we're not talking about sex trafficking. That is a whole different issue that we 100% know is a big problem and needs to be addressed.
Everything we talk about has ripples and rings of bigger issues, but I didn't want, since we're basically exactly talking about this, I don't want to talk about this, first of all, because I hate when we talk about things and I only know half about it. Yeah. But I think it's important to mention this now, where if this is a concern of yours in any way, you should absolutely look up FOSTA, the FOSTA bill, and do what you can to fight against it, because it's incredibly dangerous for sex workers.
I'm glad you did that. Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks, Dave Anthony, because he texted to me about it at like 8 a.m, where I was just like, Dave, I'm so glad you're on the front lines for us.
He did not go to bed the night before. You know it.
He's up writing a new dollop about,
That's right.
Yes.
And that's the cue. Elvis's meow is the cue
to go into fucking hooray. That was Elvis's small hooray.
It's like a doorbell now. Ding dong.
Who's there?
Oh, it's time, Elvis. Elvis is like, shut up.
Oh, the hooray cat's here.
So we both have a lighthearted dumb one, and then I have a sweet one.
Okay,
that actually has to do with Elvis.
Okay.
So we want to go first?
Sure. My hoorays for this week. One is it was a very difficult week in lots of different ways, and I was spending a lot of time in the morning between like 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. rattled with anxiety, stress, and rage.
We got a lot going on right now.
So one of the mornings, I'd had dinner with Lizzie Cooperman, who was talking about the meditation classes that she's taking and how much she loves it.
She's so spiritual.
She's very she's universally tapped in.
Okay, that's enough.
And I was so she put it in my head. I'd taken classes about it and stuff, but then so I was watching this show Ancient Aliens, which is one of my faves. And it was talking about how meditation allows your subconscious brain to access the Akashic record, which is everything that's ever happened in humanity ever. And when you can tap into that, you can tap into creativity. And that's how they were talking about spontaneous ideas, how like Alexander Graham Bell submitted the patent for the telephone, and the same day someone else submitted the exact same patent. And you have to watch this episode of Ancient Aliens.
What's it called? I want to watch it so bad.
It might be called Spontaneous Inventions or something like that, but it basically, their theory, ancient astronaut theorists suggest that when you rest your brain and let your subconscious, and they showed a guy in an MRI doing this, when your brain rests and you go blank, your unconscious becomes alive and starts actually like doing stuff.
And because we're fucking AI, we have all the history already downloaded. We just don't ever tap into it. Like, it's already all there.
Yes.
I've got the biggest fucking conspiracy theory boner right now.
Yeah. Also, they showed people who got head injuries, and then when they came out of the hospital, like one guy became a concert pianist and he'd never taken a lesson. There was a guy who could immediately draw these insane, he saw mathematical equations everywhere and could see what like the diameter was of everything. It's so crazy. So anyway, because of all those things, I started meditating.
Yay!
And I've only done it for 2 days, but it's really great. And I've been using an app called the Insight Timer.
I'm downloading it.
I've done 2 10-minute meditations. I normally go super crazy about minute 4 and I have to get up and walk away. But if you start with guided meditation.
Yeah, I have to do guided. I'm just bananas.
Then you're listening, and that's the focus. Yeah. And you don't have to sit there going, stop talking to yourself and all that shit that makes you crazy.
Yeah.
And you can kind of dip into it. And they have guided meditations about everything, like a million things, guys with British accents. Anyway, so the Insight Timer is awesome.
Paul Onions does one.
That's what I did this morning.
That's awesome.
It was really good. But the other thing that's the second piece to that in my relaxation, I found this show, and I'd already heard of it, it's a British series from, I think, the late 90s or maybe the 2000s, called The Royal Family, Royale. And it is a sitcom from England, just about this plain old family. I can't remember where they live. They don't really talk about it that much, but it's like a half-hour play. And it is really basic, and it's very quiet, and it's very real. And it's like, it's a big old high-backed couch, and then the dad's chair pulled up real close to the TV. So the entire thing takes place while the family watches TV together. And it is so funny. And the reason I brought up the tea lunch thing is because the mom, whoever comes into the house, sits down on the couch and starts watching TV with them. And then she'll go, "Did you have your tea?" And then they'll go, "Yeah." And then she'll go, "What'd you have?" And then they'll describe what they had. So like people are having like corned beef hash and all these things, which made me go, "What's fucking tea? It must be lunch."
I think it's okay. I think it's like the brunch. I think it's brunch, but between lunch and dinner.
It's second lunch? Maybe.
Let's find out.
Okay, but we will find out.
Oh, we will.
But here's why I love the show. As opposed to murder, we know we need to take a break sometimes. Also, sometimes.
Oh, wait, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. They have tea and then they go, "What'd you have for pudding?"
That's right. Pudding's dessert.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
They talk about that on here. Because she said, "Who wants pudding?" one time. And then she served up fruit cocktail. And I was like, what is happening? But anyway, if you want to relax, if you're like a what do you call it? A Britophile?
High strung? Oh, yeah.
An Anglophile.
Right.
It's like you went and sat in a living room with this family, and they're hilarious and they're super mean. The youngest son, they keep making him get up and make tea, or like they're like, "Anthony, go get the thing," and he's always mad. He's like a teenager. It's just a very realistic family dynamic, and it's very quiet. Everyone talks very quietly, so it's really relaxing. It's called The Royal Family, and it's on Netflix.
I love it. I'm gonna do both those things.
Okay, give it a try, and then we'll meet back here and talk about it.
Let's just change this podcast. So what'd you have for tea? Oh my God, corned beef every day.
Also, just the way she asked the question, is that great actress. You've seen this British actress in a million things. She's so fucking good in this part. But it is that thing where it's like, that's what my family's like.
I think they like to know too. I think that they always ask you what you had for tea.
Yeah, they want to know what it's like saying, "What have you been doing?" But being real specific, and then being like, "Oh, I had this. That pork chop sounds good." Like, it's so funny and real.
I love it. Tell us what you had for tea, everyone.
Tell us what you had for tea.
When you find out what it is. My boring one, my ding dong one, you know I fucking hate movies, and I'm just like the biggest critic, and I hate everything.
Yeah.
I had found so much joy. Vince and I watched it together, and he also not as bad as me, but isn't a movie guy.
Right.
Jumanji was so enjoyable. And we talked about it, and so I was finally like, okay, I'll watch it, fine. What a little joy of a movie.
Oh, I laughed so hard I cried.
It was so fun. The Rock is just an angel baby. The lovely girl in it. It was I want her fucking hair. She was like such a badass.
Karen, her name is Karen something, and she was a star on like one of the more recent Doctor Who series.
That's right. And
red hair Karen.
All of them. Everyone was just the best. I loved it.
Fucking Jack Black playing a teenage girl.
That's right. Oh, I think you mentioned it last episode.
Did I?
And I was like, did you text him and tell him how great he was? And you were like, no, we're not that kind of friend as a wife.
But you agreed.
He was great.
It's so good.
It's really enjoyable. As someone who hates everything, it made me really happy. It makes me like it more when I don't hate it, because I fucking hate everything. The Shape of Water? What are you talking about? That was the most atrocious, weird fucking bestiality movie I've ever seen.
My thing was, and my friend, the most hilarious comedian, Naomi Ekpergin, she goes, So she just falls in love with him automatically. What's the backstory?
Yeah.
Is he from a river? Like she started, and she wasn't trying to be funny. She was so pissed off.
He also didn't hit on her. He moved her tank top sleeve, which she doesn't understand what that is.
Yes.
And then she fucking takes advantage of him. I thought it was a little bit, I just was really upset. Oh.
It's like so many rom-coms where it's like, you don't know why they like each other. So why is this the great love of all time?
So why do I care? Oh, I did like Lady Bird. Actually, I should go ahead and say that too. I thought that was a really, really good movie.
So
all right.
good.
The sweet thing, I'm going to leave y'all on a sad, happy note. Okay. There's someone in the My Favorite Murder Facebook, which is now, you can now go to we have a fan cult on myfavoritmurder.com. You can join our fan cult. There's forums and shit you can talk about stuff. Her name's Amy. I don't think she wants me to say her last name, so I don't want to.
Okay.
Her name's Amy, and she wrote this last week. I drive my daughter 3.5 to 4 hours twice a week to speech therapy. Most of my commute is accompanied by Georgia and Karen.
Oh no.
As the minisode ended today, my 3-year-old yelled from the back seat, Elvis, I love him. He's my Elvis. Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because you were looking at me. Definitely a heartfelt moment. We thought talking might never come with her disorder, but even sweeter that she loves Elvis.
Oh my.
So she doesn't speak and she yelled that.
Okay. Sorry. I was confused because I pictured that the speech therapy child would be older.
Right.
Like for some reason I cast her as a not 10-year-old.
Nope.
So when you said the 3-year-old, then I was like, so it's an unspeaking.
We thought talking might never come with her disorder, but even sweeter that she loves Elvis, and then the emoji cat with hearts in its eyes.
And she yelled about it. Do it.
Do you know how much I love this cat? Like,
yes, I know actually exactly how much you love that cat.
So knowing that means like so much, like that it's Elvis makes me so happy.
Well, now you know there's a 3-year-old that loves your cat as much as you do.
He loves you too, sweetie.
Ow. He is a good boy.
He's such a good boy. He knows it.
He's like, I'm having a certain feeling. I can tell something's about to happen.
He fucking knows when we've blathered on too long.
Yeah, he's like, we're now at the 7-hour mark.
Cut it, ladies.
Well, thanks you guys for listening this week.
Thank you for listening. If you listen, you guys are the best.
Look and listen.
We love you.
Thank you. So stay sexy.
And don't get murdered. Bye.
Bye.
Elvis, you want cookie?
Calling all amateur detectives and podcast obsessives.
Virgin Voyage's second true crime voyage sets sail March 20th, 2027 for a 5-night escape to Grand Turk and the Beach Club at Bimini.
As part of the On Air at Sea collection, this immersive sailing brings together fan favorite podcasts, including Disgraceland, Buried Bones, and Wisecrack, for live recordings, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive meet and greets, and crime-themed programming that you won't find anywhere else.
All aboard our award-winning, kid-free ships.
Head over to virginvoyages.com/truecrime to secure your spot.
Goodbye.
I'm Jake Brennan, and on my podcast, Disgraceland, I tell the stories behind music's biggest names, like how the story of the Foo Fighters isn't just about music, it's about grief, shock, and the moment everything changed. Imagine that. You're in the biggest band on the planet, as Dave Grohl was in 1994 in Nirvana, and the phone rings, and you learn that your singer, your friend, the reluctant voice of a generation, Kurt Cobain, is dead. Listen to Disgraceland on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.